clumps of hair falling out from my scalp, and baby, it was not shedding. Okay, digging at our scalps the way that our grandmas used to at the kitchen sink, that squeaky clean feeling, like if I feel like I'm doing this all the time, it's time to put some oil on our scalp. Okay, wash your hair. That's kind of what happened to me when I was using the Miel rosemary oil. I felt like it was giving me irritation, so I kind of threw that in the trash, you guys. Hey you guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Kayla Lachey, and I am back with a video that nobody asked for. Nobody asked for this video, but you know what? I am so passionate about the scalp. Y'all, on my natural journey, like if you know, baby, you know, it was a hot mess express. So I went from being relaxed to transitioning to doing the big chop to now being on my hair growth journey. So baby, I experienced it all. I experienced the hair bumps from protective styles. I experienced the dandruff from relaxed hair. I've experienced having itchiness. I've experienced having a sunburn, baby, on my scalp. Very painful. I've experienced having a lot of sores from relaxers and scabs from relaxers. I've also experienced clumps of hair falling out from my scalp, and baby, it was not shedding. Okay, if that is you, please watch this video, grab a snack, take some notes, and we're going to talk about scalp health. Something not so glamorous, but extremely important if you want to have healthy hair. I feel like a lot of us have the goal of having healthier, stronger, longer hair. Well, I'm not going to say everybody because we all have different goals, but I know for me, like, that is very important on my hair journey. And if you're not taking proper care of our scalp, it's kind of impossible to have healthy hair that's going to grow out of it. So like I mentioned, we need to be doing things and paying attention to our hair. It's going to tell us what it needs, and it's going to tell us what we need to stop doing. So one big tip, if you can, stop relaxing your hair. It is such a strong chemical that we're putting directly on our scalp. Even if we don't mean to apply it there, it's still going to get on our scalp. And I know from personal experience, that's when my scalp health was at its worst. I had a lot of scabbing the next day. I had to like prep. We know we had to prep and prepare. Don't put a comb on your scalp. Don't scratch your scalp 3 days before you relax it, because it is so strong. It will literally eat up your scalp, and you're left with a lot of tenderness, redness, dryness left from like the scabbing, and then it turns into flakes that look like dandruff. So it really isn't the best for our scalp, not even for our bodies now, because it's being said that relaxers are linked to cancer in the uterus. So I just don't recommend it. But I'm also not going to shame people for choosing to continue to relax their hair. You know, at one point I wasn't ready to stop relaxing my hair because other people were telling me to do it. So I can't sit up here and tell you guys, stop relaxing your hair, because I really don't care at the end of the day. Like, you can only do what you are ready to do, and some people just like the aesthetic of having relaxed hair. That's cool too. But if you can avoid that, please stop the hair relaxers. And I would also say, like, bleach as well can be pretty harsh. Any chemical treatment, you know, just really isn't the best for your scalp health. So I'm just going to lump all of those things, chemical treated hair, in one category. Isn't the best thing for a healthy scalp. Is it possible to have a healthy scalp while using chemicals? I'm sure. But is it going to be the healthiest it's ever been? Probably not. My next tip to having a healthy scalp in the natural hair community I'm speaking to is use a shampoo. Wash your hair. I know we're told sometimes that shampoos can be, you know, really bad for us and it strips our hair of everything. I do think that is true if you do it too much, and it can also depend on the type of shampoo that you're choosing to use. Some can be more stripping than others. So for like more frequent use, definitely go for more of a moisturizing shampoo. But I'm going to talk about a couple of my favorite shampoos because I have two that I love specifically for the health of my scalp. This one right here is the Way Anti-Dandruff shampoo. This I really like because it has 2% salicylic acid. So if I feel like maybe there's a week when I was feeling really lazy and I didn't want to, I don't know, take as much care of my hair as I should be, and maybe there's just a lot of buildup on my scalp, or maybe I didn't moisturize my hair enough, so my scalp is feeling more dry, more flaky, and irritated, then this is definitely a shampoo that I like. Essentially, it's just a dandruff shampoo. I really like this in comparison to like a Head and Shoulders or something. It also smells really good. Okay, y'all know I'm a sucker for anything Way. If they have something, I'm basically gonna try it. Not sponsored, wish it was, because I just have an obsession with everything Way. I also just like sticking to the same brands. That's just me personally. But if you have an itchy scalp, you have dandruff, you experience flakiness and discomfort, highly recommend this product. I think it's such a great like treatment shampoo, and you just have to listen to your hair and your scalp and understand what it needs in that moment, and then you can choose the right products that will complement those needs. Similarly to this one, which I have repurchased so many times, you guys, this is the Way Detox shampoo. Sometimes our scalp might be screaming at us because it's like itchy, it's inflamed, it's red, you know, because there's so much buildup, because we're not washing our hair. And we're told that shampooing is bad, but at the same time, you know, every day we're refreshing our hair, we're adding more gels, we're adding more oils, you know, we have sweat in our scalp from going to the gym every day of the week, and you're not washing your hair, and you have all this buildup in your hair, and you're wondering why your scalp is going through it. Detox your scalp, detox your hair, you guys. Sometimes it's good to actually strip it of everything to have a fresh start, and this leaves my hair and my scalp especially feeling so refreshed, and I would say like that squeaky clean feeling, like like, I know, very weird, but that's literally how my hair will feel after using the detox shampoo. And this I love so much because it has apple cider vinegar in it, which I feel is one of the things that really helps to make it squeaky clean and really take away all that product buildup and the oil and the dirt and the grit and the grime that we've just had from day-to-day use. So sometimes washing our hair with shampoo is gonna do more good than bad. So pay attention to your routine. Are you using shampoos? How does your scalp feel if you're not using them? And maybe try shampooing more frequently, because I'm in the gym all the time and I just love water on my scalp. My scalp thrives when it's clean and kind of refreshed. I like to shampoo 2 to 3 times a week. That might be a lot for some people, but for me, like, again, my hair type, it works. Also, like, if you're itching at your scalp a lot, it could also be because you have buildup and your scalp is just feeling kind of inflamed. So something else I'm gonna put you guys onto is like a scalp scrub. This is something that was very new to me on like my hair journey. I didn't really think too much of like, you know, exfoliating your scalp with like a scrub like we do our skin. But if you think about it, our scalp is an extension of our skin. It is our skin, you know, our body is made up of mostly skin. So I feel like it kind of makes sense, and it kind of clicked, like exfoliating my scalp is also going to be good for me to remove buildup, dead skin cells that could be clogging everything going on. Is it like a follicle? Is that what our scalp is? Yeah, it could be clogging the follicles, I think. So I think a scrub is really good to introduce into your routine. However, I wouldn't do it every day. I would say like once a month in a self-care routine would be good for you to do. That's what I tend to do, is I will exfoliate my scalp from time to time, not every wash day, especially because this detox shampoo has little bits of exfoliator, I would say, in it. So it kind of has a similar vibe to using a scalp scrub, although this one is a true body scrub. It's the Way Scalp and Body Scrub in the St. Bart's. I just talked about this in my You Smell So Good video, so definitely check that out if you guys are interested in more ways that I like to use this, but not only does it smell amazing, but baby, it's gonna leave your scalp feeling so refreshed and rejuvenated. So because this is a scrub, I definitely would not recommend using this every wash day. I wouldn't even really use this every week. I definitely would say every other week, or even just once a month. Like, you don't really need to be doing the most if you're taking care of your scalp every day. But if you have a lot of buildup, you know, maybe you have a protective hairstyle in for a month at a time, going in with this as like a refresh might be something good for your routine. Everyone's routines are different, everyone's hairstyles are different, and everyone's wash days or weekly wash routines are gonna be different. So find what products work for you and take what you will out of this video. I'm not telling you to do this, this, and that. These are just things that I've kind of implemented throughout my hair journey of being natural for what, 3 years now. And they've really worked for me, and I just felt like I needed to put all this in one video for you guys. So the next thing I'm gonna recommend is like a moisturizing oil. You can buy oils from the store already pre-mixed. You can buy whole oils, like in the sense that they are 100% avocado oil, 100% coconut oil, 100% Jamaican black castor oil, grapeseed oil, you know, whatever oils you like, use that. This is like a DIY concoction, girl, that I mixed myself. So this has a combo of avocado oil, Jamaican black castor oil. It has a little girl, what I put in here? Baby, I just putting everything in here. I don't know, but it smells really good, and it's a really good moisturizing oil. The point is to moisturize the scalp. Sometimes we might be using things that are too heavy on the scalp, like peppermint oil all the time, which is stimulating to the scalp, but using that every day can be a little bit too much sometimes, and it can actually irritate the scalp. Same thing with like rosemary oil, could actually trigger inflammation in the scalp instead of promoting growth. If you're doing too much of something, it could also be too bad. So I want to just point out using something moisturizing and hydrating so that we don't have dryness and flakes and dandruff. So using something like this in your weekly routine. I don't oil my scalp every day because it's too heavy for me personally, but especially before a wash day as like a pre-poo treatment, or I'm trying to revert straight hair to go back to curly, then I'll definitely saturate my scalp in this product. And if it's been without moisture for too long, baby, I love a good oil, especially if I feel like I'm doing this all the time. It's time to put some oil on our scalp. Okay, definitely mix a cocktail of some oils. They're really affordable if you do it yourself at home, but if you're lazy natural like me, then sometimes going to the store and buying something pre-made is going to be a great option for you as well. Just make sure it's like moisturizing ingredients and it's not something that's very stimulating all the time. Like, that's good, but not for like everyday use, especially if you have scalp irritation and a lot of redness. So another thing I'm going to mention when it comes to like oils is going to be a serum. This is also from Way, which you guys know I'm obsessed, and this is specifically made for the scalp. This is a scalp serum meant to help support thicker and fuller hair. So I feel like it is a treatment oil versus like my DIY, which is more moisturizing and healing. I think it is great to have one of each and to know when to use them. Like, that's the thing about your scalp health, is knowing when to use something and not overdoing it. So if I want to go in weekly with a treatment of like my edges, like wanting to have thicker, fuller edges, then I'll be sure to apply this once a week and not overdoing it, because it can have irritation. This has like a minty smell to it as well. So personally, anything minty, like I said, also rosemary, I'm not going to be doing that every day because it's too much. So pay attention to how your hair feels when you use certain products, and if it's causing itchiness and redness, I would stop using that product and I would pick something else. That's kind of what happened to me when I was using the Miel rosemary oil. I felt like it was giving me irritation, so I kind of threw that in the trash, you guys. And then I started just making my own because this works better for me personally, and I also just think I have a sensitive scalp and not everyone does, so it just depends on you as a person. The use of heat can also be kind of damaging to our scalp because it is so hot. And let's say like if you're pressing out your hair every week, you might accidentally burn your scalp, girl, and that's not good for you because that can leave sores and scabs as well. But also just be careful with the use of heat. It's not good for the health of our hair in general, which I can definitely do a video on that in the future if you guys are interested. But for scalp health, putting a lot of like tension on our hair and hot tools, barrels, hot combs, even sometimes sitting under hooded dryers that are too hot. I know whenever I blow dry my hair sometimes, and if it's too hot, oh girl, my scalp is going through it. I feel like it's inflamed. So minimize the use of heat, and if you need to use heat, try using it on a warm setting or even like a cool setting if you're diffusing your hair or something like that, just to kind of dry it, but not burn yourself, okay? And then my next thing when it comes to burning yourself is now, because the sun is starting to come out, we're gonna be outside more, might be on vacations, be out at the beach, and it is protecting the scalp from the sun. I had a sunburn one time. I was out all day in the sun. I think this was when I was protesting out in LA, and I had a middle part or something like this, right? I had a middle part going on, and at the end of the day, I come home and I'm like, why does my scalp feel so hot? Baby, I look in the mirror, it is so red like a bright tomato. Baby, I had a sunburn, girl. I was sunburned on my scalp. So ever since then, I started to be more cautious in the warmer months of using SPF products, and they actually do make hair products with SPF. So I'll link some of my favorites, the ones that I've used, in the description box for you, and I highly recommend this if you have protective hairstyles where your scalp is exposed. So if you're doing like box braids or like passion twist and your scalp is out, even like cornrows, and you really have like multiple parts going on, please put a sunscreen for your hair, like an SPF product, on your scalp. You are going to thank yourself later because it is extremely tender and sensitive. Keep in mind, like, our scalp isn't exposed to the sun much because our hair is covering it, but when we do have those protective styles, we do have those parting going on, girl, you don't want it to get sunburned. You just don't. And that can really do some damage as well. And it can take a long time. Like for me, it took a long time for my scalp to kind of recover after that. And it was just super sensitive even to like the touch, like laying down at bed, super painful. I think if you've experienced it, then you know how painful being sunburned on your scalp can actually be. So just preparing for that can really help you out in the future. And also, speaking about having like protective styles, know which protective styles are actually protective for you. Again, I mentioned how everyone's scalp can be more or less tender or sensitive. I have a very sensitive scalp, so doing something with like a high tension or too tight of a style leaves me with hair bumps, especially like around the edges and like the perimeter of my hair. So if the braids are too tight, if you have too tight of a rubber band, you know, on your scalp, that can definitely lead to hair bumps, irritation, redness, and inflammation. So know what works best for you. Sometimes it might sound good to have a protective style when in turn it might actually do the reverse and lead to breakage and damage and have you wanting to take that style out super quickly, because I can't have braids in for too long. I'm over it after 2 days. I just want to have access to my scalp and just be able to do this and be able to hit water on my scalp. Like, that's just me personally. Try, if you can, to choose hairstyles, protective hairstyles rather, that are low manipulation and don't have so much tension. So for me, that would be buns. I love a good bun. It's super easy for me. I still have access to my scalp if I need to. That's pretty much it, girl. I be doing buns all the time. I used to have protective hairstyles where I would have like sew-ins. That worked for a while, but it really didn't. Actually, that was not good. I'm not going to recommend a sew-in actually, because I didn't have any access to my scalp when it came to like washing my hair. I could not get a good wash or good access to my scalp to oil it. Like, it really wasn't that protective in my experience because I wasn't really able to take care of my hair the way that I am now. And I didn't know that then. Like, my hair, like, I did not care about my hair at all then. Like, I was just like, oh, braid it up, sew some weave on it, that's it, I'm done. So then after I realized that was not working for me, I switched to doing wigs, and I was able to have more access to my hair than I was with a sew-in, and I was able to actually, you know, take my hair down and wash it and moisturize it and then re-braid it. I would just do like jumbo French braids, like 3 or 4 of them, and that gave me more access to my scalp than the sew-ins did. So once I was over the whole wig thing, and then I wanted to go natural completely, like I haven't had a wig, y'all, in so long. I don't think I could really go back to wigs now. It just seems so foreign to me, but I feel like everything has a time and place in our hair journey, and that was just in the past for me personally. So I just choose protective styles like the buns for my routine and my lifestyle. Everyone's lifestyle is going to be different. Like, I'm in the gym sweating, I need to have clean hair, so having a sew-in, not practical for me and what I'm doing every day. Same thing with a wig. Baby, I couldn't lay those wigs to save my life, and y'all already know that. So I'm not going back to that. I had to kind of just evolve into something that was better and practical for my lifestyle. So that definitely works better for me. And I think that's pretty much all the notes that I wanted to touch on. Oh my God, this one. The nails. We love having long nails, you guys. When we're washing our hair in the shower, and specifically that shampoo, you know, like when you haven't washed your hair in like a week, that shampoo hits so different because the scalp just feels so relieved that we kind of want to go in and start scratching and like digging at our scalps the way that our grandmas used to at the kitchen sink. At least my grandma used to go in, baby. My scalp used to be scratched up, inflamed, red, irritated. Like, it might have felt good in the moment, but after, no. We need to start taking care of the way that we wash our hair. So I always scrub my scalp with the fingertips, not the nails, especially when I have Gel X nails on and they're like stiletto. Oh baby, we're definitely making sure that we're using the tips of our fingers, not our nails, to cleanse our scalp. Like, you don't need to be doing all that to cleanse your scalp, because that is really going to tear it up and lead to more damage and also breakage at times, more shedding as well, if you're really abrasive and aggressive with scratching at your scalp like that. So be more mindful, be more gentle with the way that we're washing our hair, and I think you're gonna definitely notice a huge difference within like your first wash day and then months following that. The last thing that I want to mention is a supplement that I've been taking, I would say, for a little over a year now, and it's collagen. Collagen is so good. You guys know I'm on my hair growth journey, and collagen for me is not only great when it comes to helping me achieve my monthly hair growth goals, but my skin health as well. So collagen is really good for healthy hair, healthy skin, and healthy nails. And what is our scalp? An extension of our skin. It is our skin. So for me, taking collagen has really allowed me to have a healthier scalp and just feel better about my hair goals in general. So I highly recommend you guys, if you're interested in taking collagen, you do your research on it and see if it's something that you want to implement. I feel like it's done amazing things for my skin. I feel like I'm glowing more, it's more plump, and it just looks more youthful and has more like volume. Like, it looks like filler. I don't know, could be my highlight today, but I feel like my face just has a more voluminous, plump, youthful look to it. It's more radiant, it's very glowy, my hair is growing, my nails are even stronger whenever I take off my gel nails. So that's always nice too, not to have them splitting and breaking off every which way. So the collagen that I've been on is, I'll put it up here because it's in my kitchen, girl. I'm not about to go downstairs to go get that for this video. But it's the EHP Labs Oxy Glow, and it's a marine-based collagen. It has no like weird fishy smell like some that I've taken in the past, and it doesn't have a flavor, which I love because that means that I can just throw it into whatever throughout the day. If I'm having my Oxy greens, if I'm having pre-workout for that day, sometimes I'll throw it in some orange juice in the morning with my breakfast. You could also throw it in your coffee in the mornings. Whatever you want to do, just get it in. And that's something that I definitely prioritize because I'm trying to have long hair and I don't play about my skin and all of that as well. I have eczema prone skin, so I feel like it has really been helping me get through this winter season. Those are pretty much the tips that I have and the products that I use and the methods that have really helped me out on my hair journey, and just taking the time to understand like our hair, and not just our hair but our scalp and what it needs, and to be better than what we used to be like in the past. Like I said, like I used to think that you had to scrub your scalp so hard in order for it to be clean, and I used to think, because all the girls on YouTube would say like, don't use shampoo, it's bad for you, like in turn for me it's actually really good for me. Like I actually love having a clean scalp, and I feel clean and my scalp feels fresh and not irritated. So sometimes listening to too much of the noise can really be a bad thing. So listen and tap into how you feel, how your scalp feels, and try to do things that are aligned with that. So I will, like I said, link everything that I mentioned, because I know it was a lot, like all the products and things that I would recommend that you guys get into in the description box below. And if this was helpful, please let me know, because I want to do more hair videos, but low-key I feel like nobody cares, nobody be clicking on these videos. But if it helps at least one person, to me it is worth it to just talk about things that I am so passionate about and things that I am learning and discovering along my own journey. So I will see you guys in my next video very soon. Don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next vlog very soon. Bye!